Hello. Guys, this is our 300th video. I'm very excited about that. I love the community that we've built. I'm going to get to the video in 1 second, but I wanted to thank you because from New Year's Eve to now, when I thought I'm going to post a video every day, and here we are in October, and I've done that, and I'm going to continue doing it. I love the community we've built here. I love reading everything that you say. I try to get to everybody. I think I do, unless I miss something. Sometimes they don't show up, and all of a sudden it'll show up a comment, and I'm like, where'd that come from? I want you to understand that. But I feel very, very proud of all of us. Some of us are still going through it. Some of us have been through it. We're all leaning on each other, and I continued. There's a piece of hair stuck to me. And I want you to continue leaning on each other and learning from each other and teaching each other and listening. And I've watched subscribers go up one by one by one. Again, all strangers. I'm amassing strangers. This isn't on or connected to my, Facebook or Instagram. I keep this separate for a reason. I want to keep this separate because I think 3 people in my life know that I'm even doing this. It takes a lot of time to do this. I've hidden it because I want to keep it separate so that I can really create this big, beautiful, organic, true one-by-one community of people that I know are going through the same thing. So I see our subscribers, every single one I get get very excited because I feel like there's somebody else that just saw this and is relating to what we're going through. That it's not just a friend or a cousin. No, there's none of that. This is all one by one, all of us. We don't know each other. We're getting to know each other, right? But this is our 300th video, so I thank you. The topic today is a doozy, and I am really sorry to be the one to bring it to your attention the way that I have to say it, but we go through times of them love bombing us, trying to come back to us, and we'll get a really thick love bomb, and they miss us so much, and they love us so much, and this and that and the other. The problem with all of that is that they just don't mean any of it. And I'm going to tell you how I know that they don't. And I used to say to my narcissist, with everything that came out of his mouth the last year, and I'm not saying I didn't fall for some things, and I told you I had some hard times there, and I definitely did. But let's say more towards the end, I would say to him right out, you're only saying this because of this. You'll feel this way by tomorrow. You'll be back together with her in 2 days, and I won't hear from you again. Every single thing that I said came true. I don't need for him to be here so I can say, see, I was right. I know he knows I'm right. I know that he knows that I know that everything he said was a load of malarkey. Obviously, there was no follow-through. They're not here. So if yours is saying to you a bunch of malarkey, but they keep behaving against what they're saying, look at that. If somebody tells you how they feel, believe them. If they show you who they are, and mine would tell me right out, run. And then if they show you who they are, believe them. Don't believe words that they tell you that they are, or that they're trying to feign as their existence, if you've already seen a really ugly side. And this is how I know it's not real. In this industry, there are many videos that are made by narcissists themselves. Very successful channels. They offer a lot of wisdom and insight because they are narcissists. And they caution us against people like themselves. And they've explained that the supply is what they miss, but not us, the person. I had a really hard time with this one. I mean, months and months and months. And I really hung on to but he's got to love me. I mean, at least miss, like, the way we were together. We did seem like we were very well matched. He laughed all the time. He seemed happy. These experts tell you right out, they make you think that you're soulmates, but they remember what you did for them. So in making you think that you're soulmates, you assume that they have to miss you, that they have to mean what they say when they're coming back at you, that when they're love bombing you, or they missed you, or they came back. They do that on purpose. But what they're remembering and maybe missing is what you did for them. And I am really sorry to be the person that explains this to you. Because we all like to think that we're unique or special, and that it was our company that somebody missed. Us, the person, the being. It's not. And I don't think that they ever will. I think they miss what you did for them. I think that they will miss very oftentimes the life you had together. If you had a nice life together. Mine would even refer to his life before me. Oh yeah, we would golf, we would be in California, we'd be going to the... He never once talked about the girl. Or her attributes in a positive way. It was that he missed the life that he had with this particular person for a millisecond. Do you know what I mean? And the danger in you believing them when they're coming at you with, oh, but I miss you, I really want to be together, I love you so much. The danger, this is the part that I don't like. Well, I don't like any of it. But the danger in us believing them is it gives them a sense of accomplishment, and then they win. Because that's all they wanted, was to make you believe them. That is their goal. Their goal is to make you believe them. Not because they really mean it, and they want you to believe them. Not because they really want to come back, and they want you to believe them. Their goal, whole entirely, is to make you believe them. So if you do, they win. Whether they come back or not, and all it's going to do is cause you more pain. Because they're not coming back without faltering again. So they win. It's a win-win, win-win-win for them. I caution you, I like to think that they miss us, the person, and that they reflect on something about us, the person. But the experts themselves in the field, who some of them are narcissists themselves, tell us that they do not. And they caution us. They try to help us learn. They're very honest and open about saying, we just don't feel that way. We're not built like that. The empathy that you creatures have, we just didn't have. And well, it's like, I think some of them don't get it at all from birth when they're made, and some maybe, whatever traumatic thing or ideal-like thing in their childhood happened brought that out. Like maybe they already started out without it, whatever. All I know is they all say, we don't have it. And we can't feel love the way that you do, meaning us, non-disordered people. They tell you it right out loud. Now, if a narcissist themselves is breaking that narcissist code and telling us the inside truth of the narcissist brain and letting us in on the information that they don't miss us and they can't love, then I think that we should heed their word and believe them when they're trying to give us that truth. It's a hard truth to think about, but honestly, they just don't care. They just don't care. Not enough that it would make a difference in your life in a positive way. And again, the optimist person, the optimal, I try to think, I think they must think fondly of this or that or whatever. They picked you for a reason. They stayed with you for a reason. And even if it's the way that you loved them, which mine would tell me that. He would list the things I did for him that he missed. He didn't even realize, he thought he sounded romantic. But by then I had already known about this disorder, so I was on to him. And he said, you know, I miss that you used to do this, and she doesn't do that, or I can't find anyone who did this, or you used to do that, or whatever. Things that you do when you love someone, the acts that you bestow upon someone to show that you love them. He would talk about that. But it wasn't so much my being. God bless you. But even if he did refer to something about me, my being, I always felt like that was on purpose manipulation anyway. Because I was pointing out to him so often that I was on to him, that I think he started to get a little, he tried anyway, to get more in depth. And he would get upset when I would tell him there was something wrong with him. I didn't let that make me change my mind, though. Once I swallowed the hard truth that they don't care and that everything he said was just a game and it was all manipulation and just to get, and then I saw it unfold that way. That's when it hit home. Because you just test it once, twice, 3 times and boom, you get your answer. Okay. Okay, you want to come back? Okay, yep. Come back. Did he? No. I tested him a couple times. Sure, I'll come down and see you. Yeah, how's Monday? Then there's excuses and there's reasons and then they backpedal. Now, I wasn't that didn't break my heart because I was playing. I was testing it. But they don't want you back. They want to know that they can get you back if they need you. And don't let, if they say, sure, yes, come see me, that doesn't mean that they're true. That just means that you said yes, and their manipulation can go as far as they want to take it. It's a lose-lose-lose for us to believe them. And it's a win-win-win for them if we believe them. I would really watch yourself, because the more I tested it, the more I've learned, listened to different people discuss it, the more I've researched it, they just don't care about the person so much as they do the situation, the convenience of the supply. You might be very good supply. They even use the term, I don't even like to mouth it, grade A supply. And you know what that is. You were there for them, you looked nice, you did this or that, you whatever. You know what I mean. You laughed together, you danced together. To them, you were good supply, you were good company, right? And so you think, well, they've got to miss all that. I think maybe they've got to think about it, because it's a natural occurrence that in our lives we revisit our past years, and you think, oh, where was I last year? I'd like to think, and I hope you're narcissist, that they think something about us, but I'm telling you, and that's my optimism that keeps coming out, the experts say they don't. So I finally got to the point that I tested it, and I got enough evidence to see that they don't. Because if they did, they'd be here. They'd be with you continually, without any cycles, without any drama, without any trouble, without any chaos. Not just they'll come back to you and you'll have the same. No. You know when somebody cares for you. There's a consistent level of normalcy and happiness and normal strife and hard work that a relationship can give you. That's normal. But when you're in a narcissistic relationship with someone, it's a mess. That's not somebody who cares. They just don't care. I don't think they care. They may even convince themselves that they do, because they want to feel like they belong somewhere. They want to feel normal for a minute. They want to feel like they too can achieve that. So maybe they try to convince themselves. And maybe in those moments they sound very convincing to you. But they certainly didn't treat you like anybody that misses anybody or loves anybody. We all know what love entails. It's not what they represent. It's not what they dole out. That's not somebody you love. Yet we believe them when they tell us things, especially when they're trying to come back in. Keep in mind, I told you, the danger in believing them is that then they win. And that kills me. I want them to know that it meant something to me. I wanted him to know I don't believe one word that comes out of your mouth. Not at all. I'm not believing anything that you're saying at all. I never will believe you. Nothing you could say to me will make me believe you. And that was very important to me because that's what he wanted, to make me believe him. And sure enough, he has stayed away now. There's been a period now of distance. Why? Because he knows he wasn't getting anywhere. They'll only go so far if they get zero in return. They're not a punching bag for us. He's not just going to keep trying to come at me and get nothing in return. That's embarrassing for them. And it also proves that he didn't care. Because if he did, he would be here. A person that truly cares would keep coming at you, coming after you, trying to genuinely behave in ways that demonstrate to you that they care. No behavior changed. They were words, but no behavior was changing. But I'm supposed to believe you, but your behavior is the same. I mean, it would take somebody to do a 180 and they come to you having changed everything in their life after a period of a year or 6 months and intense therapy and blah, blah, blah. They don't have it in them to do that at all. 0 infractions for however length of time you felt the need to see there being 0 infractions. It would take a lot. It should take a lot to make you believe them, because if they cared, they would be here. They're not. They would behave differently. They're not. It is a hard truth. It is a very hard truth. And again, I am extremely sorry to be the one to bring this to you. I am so sorry. But once you accept that truth, oh my God, they just don't care. What do you mean? What do you mean? It invalidates everything we've been through. And that's why I hold on to, a part of me hopes that they do think of us, that there was maybe something about us, that there was, but they don't. If they wanted to be with you, they would be with you. There's no reason why they can't. So I want you to give that some truth, some thought. It is a very hard truth to accept. But once you do accept the truth that they just don't care, it'll allow your mind to break away from that person. Because that's what made me realize, wait a minute, what? And it took a long time, and I was devastated all over again when I realized that. I kept testing it, and he kept failing every time. I'm like, he just doesn't care. The experts are right. Oh my God. Oh my God. I was devastated. So I'm not trying to do that to you. But I am trying to have you look out for, what are they saying to you? What are they promising you? And are they coming through with it, or just saying the words and their behavior is still the same? That's something you have to look at. And again, I'm sorry. So as we go forward from this 300th video on, my desire for us is that we continue to learn and help each other, that we grow together. I love seeing, again, it's a slow growth with the subscribers because of the organic way that I'm doing it, but it's always going up. So I feel like we're getting the word out. With every subscriber I get, I think, oh, we're getting closer to getting the word out, getting the education out, getting them exposed, having our younger people never encounter this. Wouldn't that be glorious if we didn't have to think of anyone else going through this? So please continue to listen and watch and comment. And I never say subscribe. I guess you're supposed to say that every video, and I never even think of that. But if you're watching these videos, hit the subscribe. It doesn't hurt you, and it really helps our channel, because it gets, I think, the exposure becomes more. And that's my goal. I want people to see this, find this, know this, learn this, and so that they can be on the lookout and not have it happen to them. That's the goal. I thank you so much. A lot of you have been with me right from the beginning, right from January, and you're still with me. And you watch and we talk every day, and oh, I could cry. So I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. And let's keep it going, shall we?